Marian, long time no see. This is Paula. I'd like to talk to you for a minute. Do you have the time? Good evening, Paula. It's been a while. How are you? Well, I'm doing just fine. Can I get to the point? Yes, what is it? Well, I heard that your son Brian is going back to school next month. So it's finally happening. Yes, that's right. He'll only be in the morning for a while, to get used to it. It will be a little while before he can go to school all day. We are all very relieved. Above all, Brian is looking forward to it the most. I'm really happy for him. I see. I heard he had an incurable disease and underwent surgeries several times. I didn't expect it to take 5 years. Yes, you're right. It was tough, but Brian really did his best. But still, 5 years is a lot for a kid. Everyone has forgotten about him, you know that? If he's looking forward to it, he'll be disappointed, so you need to give him a reality check as soon as possible. I recall that he only made it to the middle of the first grade. He didn't go to school that often. I don't think most of the other kids in his class remember him. It can't be helped. All of them are elementary school students. But I'm sure some of them still remember Brian. I believe that he will be able to enjoy going to school again. I don't think so. His classmates won't remember him. It's been 5 years, and they have all grown up. I'm sure they look different from back then. He may be treated like a transfer student. Well, that's probably true. But the kids were in the same class with him for the past 5 years. They came to visit Brian at the hospital. Some of them even sent us letters and cards. So I don't think that all of them have forgotten about him. Huh? Is that so? I've never met them. You never come to visit him at the hospital, Paula. No wonder you've never met them. All of them visited Brian at least once every 6 months or so. I don't think there's that much of a problem about the way they look. Most of the kids are really sweet. Brian was also put in a 6th grade class with a lot of kids who were in the same class as him during the 1st grade. I think he would be able to get along with them. I'm really grateful to the teachers for their support. Are you trying to tell me that I'm not nice since I didn't visit Brian at the hospital even once? You can't force someone to pay a visit. You shouldn't insult me for that. Please don't get me wrong. I didn't intend to insult you. I don't think I can trust you. Well, a weak and fragile little boy like Brian won't be able to keep up with his classmates in playing games outside and so on. It's only a matter of time before he isolates himself in class. Listen, Paula, it's true that my son was sick and spent most of his time in the hospital. But it's not right for you, his grandmother, to talk about him in such a discriminatory way. Oops, my bad. I didn't mean it that way. Are you sure about that? I think you're being a bit too harsh ever since we started our conversation. But it's true that Brian can't keep up with the stamina of the other healthy kids, right? I don't think there's any place for him at school when he comes back. Well, I think the physical aspect will be hard for a while. I'm going to take my time until he gets used to it. And I don't think there are any kids who would ostracize him just because of that. I've met almost all of his classmates, and I don't think there are any kids who would leave him out of the group. You can't guarantee that anyway. Besides, it's hard for Brian to catch up for his study, isn't it? After all, his academic-related knowledge has stopped at the 1st grade level. It must be hard for him to keep up with the sixth grade subjects all of a sudden. Oh, I'm not so worried about his academic level. Even when he is in the hospital, when he is feeling well, he was willing to study. He got all the necessary handouts from his teachers. We taught him what we could, and there are even kids who help him study while I'm visiting him. I'm really grateful for all the help Brian has received from his friends. I'll have to thank them again when Brian gets out of the hospital. I see. I'm sure that you'll include me in the list of people you want to thank, won't you? What? Why should I do that? Because I'm Brian's grandmother. It's strange to thank a stranger but not a blood relative. But you never come to visit Brian. It's been so long since the last time you contacted me. You didn't seem at all concerned about my son. Shut up! Are you telling me that you're against me, your mother-in-law? I didn't mean to. Then you must thank me for my kindness. You got that? Hey, Marian. You're going on a trip when Brian gets out of the hospital, right? Yes, that's right. He's been coping so hard at the hospital for so long, so when he gets out, I'm planning to take him wherever he wants to go. I've been thinking about it since a long time ago. It's a trip to a place we can get to pretty soon, but... A place that's easy to get to? Yes, he had always wanted to go to the Disney World while he was in the hospital. I had never been there before. I thought we could go there since it was close by. So I'm thinking of taking him there as his reward. Oh, really? You're taking Brian to Disney World? But he only goes to school for half a day, right? It seems that he's just skipping school. I think you're being too lenient just because he's sick. No way. I wouldn't let him play all day. We'll go in the evening when we can see the parade and enjoy some rides that are not too strenuous. It's hard to buy some souvenirs in the park because of the crowds, so we'll just stick to the shops in the hotel. Stores in the hotel? Don't tell me you're staying at one of the official hotels. Yes, even though it's for Brian's health, I feel sorry for him if he could only enjoy 1 or 2 hours inside the park. If we stay at the official hotel, we can meet the characters there. We can enjoy our stay in the hotel without worries too. That's why I think it's the best solution for our trip to the Disney World this time. Wow! Do you think such luxury is allowed? Luxury? Brian has put up with it for 5 years. I've consulted with the doctors and they've given me permission for that. I didn't say that. I'm saying it's extravagant to spend so much money just for leisure. Sick people should live modestly. I beg your pardon? That's up to us, isn't it? How we spend our time as a family. I don't think you can just tell us what to do. I am your husband's mother and your son's grandmother. We are family bonded by blood, so it's only natural that you listen to me. On the contrary, the only one who is not blood-related is you, Marian. Yes, my husband and son may be related to you by blood, but you were against our marriage. You almost insulated us, and now you're calling us family? Anyway, if you have a child with an incurable disease, you'll get insurance money and benefits, won't you? That's partly our tax money. So you're just profiting from Brian's illness. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to stay at such a fancy hotel. What are you talking about? It's not like what you thought it was. That kind of money will disappear with the cost of treatment. I don't want Brian and my husband to be in any trouble after he gets out of the hospital. While taking care of Brian, I also work part-time. I was still working hard while draining our savings for the medical treatments. You don't know anything about it. You don't have the right to tell me what to do since you know nothing about what our family has been through until today. Besides, it's not polite to ask about money and personal matters, even between family members. Are you even aware of that? You just want to make yourself look good, don't you? It's not like that. I just want Brian to get better. I want him to go to school like what he wishes for. Going to Disney World is something I've been promising Brian since he was in the hospital. No matter what you say, we will definitely go. If you insist that much, then I have no choice. You're going there next weekend, right? I'll go with you too then. Wait a minute. Why would you do that? As a grandmother, I'm going to check on my grandson. You seem to be holding a grudge that I didn't go visit him. That's why I decided that I'm going to visit you, and you should be grateful for that. I'll call the hotel on behalf of you. Oh, I'm looking forward to it. I'll see you on the day, okay? It's such a big deal that Brian is getting out of the hospital. I'll celebrate with you too. Are you kidding me? Please don't do that. It's extremely annoying. Don't be shy. Let's celebrate with a big party together as a family. Listen to me, Paula. Please don't do that without my permission. Jeez. We won't be able to pay for your stay. Hey there, Marian. Congratulations again that Brian has been dismissed from the hospital. Are you watching the parade now? Or are you enjoying some rides? I don't have the park ticket. I went ahead to the hotel where you guys are staying. I'm having dinner right now. The food is gorgeous and delicious. The atmosphere is great too, as I expected. There's going to be a character show too. Good evening, Paula. Looks like you're having a great time. Well, it's the official hotel. You must be crazy if you're not excited. No matter how old you get, this kind of place is always fun, isn't it? By the way, I'm surprised that you booked a suite. I didn't expect to get the suite. Let's celebrate together in a luxury suite today. Oh, yeah. I want to go to the park tomorrow. So buy me a ticket, okay? Oh, what a wonderful thing to be able to play with other people's money. I'm in the hospital right now. Actually, Brian is still hospitalized. Huh? What are you talking about? He should be dismissed from the hospital today, right? You told me about that the other day. What do you mean that he's still in the hospital? It's the day after you contacted me. Brian suddenly got a fever. We had to postpone the celebration until next month. But I mentioned your last name at the front desk and the receptionist let me in. So that means you didn't cancel the reservation, did you? The day Brian got a fever, the hotel added one more person under my name. I got a call from them. That person hung up the phone without telling them her name, and they confirmed it with me. The hotel staff was confused. That's why I decided to give up the reservation. Oh, well, so I guess I can enjoy myself tonight. I'd appreciate that. I don't have to worry about the sick grandson anymore. Staying inside a suite is fabulous. Well then, I'll have a nice drink with room service. I'm in the mood for a party. Oh, and just to let you know, I'm not paying for any of your expenses. You will take care of everything. What? What are you talking about? I didn't even tell the hotel my name. It was your reservation to begin with. Of course you're paying for everything, right? I mean, you paid in advance, right? No, I didn't. We were planning to pay on the spot on the day of the event. I didn't pay anything at all in advance. I gave the hotel your name, also gave them your contact information. Please enjoy your stay. What? No, I can't pay. I assumed you would pay for it. I only brought about $50. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but in the first place, I clearly said that I won't pay for you. But you still contacted the hotel. That's why I'm sure you can pay on your own. I don't have that kind of money either. I can't believe it. I have no choice. I'm going to get out of this hotel. If I'm not staying here, I don't have to pay. But you already started eating, right? Then you'll be charged for the meal. If you cancel on the same day, you'll be charged a cancellation fee. Cancellation fee? By the way, how much does it cost? I haven't checked, but isn't it 100%? I think it's the same for all hotels to cancel on the same day. If that's the case, I think it's best to pay the cancellation fee after staying at the hotel. Well, to begin with, it's your fault for insulting me, Marian. So the payment for this hotel is your responsibility. Come to the hotel tomorrow to pay it. I've never insulted you, Paula. It's true that you didn't come to visit Brian at the hospital. I had already given up on that, so I didn't want you to come. I'm sure Brian wouldn't be able to enjoy the park with an old lady he doesn't know sticking around us. Excuse me? What do you mean by the old lady? I'm talking about you. Since my husband and I got married, we've been almost completely insulated, and you've never even visited Brian often. You were mocking my son. How dare you call yourself grandmother after all these years? You called him a weak and sick boy? It's offensive, so please don't say that ever again. Me, my husband and Brian have no intention of having anything to do with you in the future. And of course, we won't pay you, so you'll have to do it yourself. Oh no! Oh, and I've told your husband about this. What? What did you tell him? If my husband finds out, he'll be furious with me. I guess so. I don't think I'll have anything to do with you from now on. I'll block your line and bid you farewell. What? Wait a minute. I don't have the money to pay. I really don't. How am I supposed to explain to my husband? I don't know. If you don't have any money, you'll just have to ask your husband to lend some money to you. Well, have fun at the hotel. Goodbye. Wait! Marian! In the end, Paula paid for the hotel with her husband's credit card. She said her stay at the hotel was supposed to be a gift from me. Her husband was furious with her. He told her to work to pay back the money she spent at the hotel, so Paula decided to take a part-time job. Brian's dismissal from the hospital was delayed for about 2 weeks. Once he overcame his fever, he recovered well and was safely discharged from the hospital. We were able to go on a long-awaited trip to Disney World as a family. He is gradually getting used to his new class at school. He seems to enjoy studying and playing with his friends at school.